Hello, YouTube. I am back. Nintendo did a surprise Nintendo Direct after Summer Game Fest, but it's fine. They did it this morning. I was too busy. I couldn't watch it live. I'm watching it now. I'm live streaming this on Twitch. It's Real Cheddar Ches is here lurking and keeping me company while I watch. Um, and then after this, I apparently there was a Konami Direct or Konami showcase that happened almost a whole week ago, and it slipped me by. So I'm gonna react to that after. Maybe I'll combine them into one video, but I think I'm gonna do two separate videos. So if you want to see that, click on whatever you need to click on. But I'm doing this live right now. If you want to see live streams, go to my other YouTube channel, youtube.com/@tillplayslive, or specifically for this stuff, you want to know when I'm live reacting to this stuff, you want to follow on twitch.tv/tillplays, turn on notifications, or join the Discord for any schedule changes, live alerts, and stuff like that. All in the Linktree link down at the bottom of the screen. I am late to this, so I just want to get this started. I will say one thing has been spoiled for me. I don't know really what you can spoil about this, but one thing was spoiled for me, and it's something that I'm actually excited for. It's a nice, unique take, twist on the Donkey Kong series, and it just reminds me of something that I did see somebody post a comparison to. The one free moment I had today where I opened up Instagram or Threads, I can't remember which one it was, and it's just the moment it was spoiled. All right, let's jump in and react to this.
When the world felt so cruel
This is kind
and
of
bleak, when the hole looked so dark and deep, hard as rock, cold as stone, I was scared, alone. Then
Is
your
it the same singer?
feet showed the way to you.
Is it a little rock buddy? Combine your power. If we get any other Kongs in this game, I'm gonna be excited. They might just be focusing on Donkey Kong though. Oh my god, it's baby Pauline.
Golden Bananza.
I'm actually excited about this.
Made right here on Ingot Isle. This is excellent news for #1 banana fan, Donkey Kong. However, just as he's about to enjoy the notable bananas, a sudden tempest sends him deep down underground. As his adventure begins, DK teams up with Odd Rock.
Odd Rock. Okay.
It's no rock at
So
all.
that's his buddy.
It's actually a talented young singer named Pauline.
Okay.
Now, Donkey Kong just wants
I
bananas.
feel like that just spoils a big
And
moment in the
Pauline
game.
wants to find a way back home to the surface. It's said that one's wish will be
Why is she
granted
like
by
baby
reaching
Pauline
the
though? Is this
planet
like an
Cool.
origin
So
thing?
the unlikely duo set off on a strange subterranean adventure.
But if it is an origin, I mean,
Story
that means
takes
like
place
later.
in the
Okay.
underground world, where the
I got
scenery
questions.
changes the deeper you go. Some layers are
I think it's
so
just a reboot of
spectacular
Donkey Kong.
that it's hard to believe you're underground. DK can run,
Okay.
jump,
Nice.
and climb through each environment. Using his incredible physical prowess, you can freely move in any direction.
There was a leak
That's not
about
all. Almost anything in your path. You can
yeah,
smash,
destructible. There's a leak about a
crash,
Donkey Kong game that Activision was making
and bash.
in partnership with Nintendo before
You can even do
before
this to a
leadership said,
massive
"Nah, we're not doing
operation."
that. Make Call of Duty."
You know, if you as you barrel through obstacles in your path, you'll also collect golden
Bobby
bananas
Kotick. I already
known
forgot the
as
douchebag's name.
Banandium gems. More on those later.
Okay. Oh, banana.
Let's take a
Did
look
his
at some
fur
of the
get
things
lighter?
this Kong can do.
But that 3D game was supposed to be like Tony Hawk meets 3D Donkey Kong, which sounded interesting.
The ground. things you
Kinda
can
wish
get
we
your
got that
hands
game.
on with incredible force. Destruction can lead to discoveries, so set off a chain reaction and see what happens. Dive punch. Unleash a powerful punch directly downward. How deep you punch into the ground depends on the strength of the terrain. Roll forward. Roll at high speed and send lighter
Oh, I like
objects
this. Look at this jazz remix.
Combine this with punches and jumps to really mix things up. Hand slap. Make
All
some
of his
noise
Smash
to
Bros.
collect
moves.
scattered items. Or detect hidden objects using sonar.
Oh. Wait, Donkey Kong has
Even use your
sonar?
feet when your hands are occupied. Tear off.
They're all.
Grab a chunk of terrain.
Oh
and
yeah, he's much more
tear it
expressive
off.
now.
Or tear up turnips to find items.
Ah.
And even tear chunks off your foes.
This game seems like it's just too easy.
Grab
Like,
a
you
chunk and
know
swing
what I
it to
mean?
attack.
He just
Harder chunks
destroys
can be used to
everything.
break stone with ease.
I don't see like any sort
Or
of
smash
meter or
spiky
anything.
thorns. Chunk jump.
Chunk jump.
Use a chunk to double jump.
I want to know, like,
This
the
will
things
help you
under
reach
your
your
heart,
limits.
is that just collectibles?
Throw.
No, the balloons got to be
Jump.
lives.
Or aim at a target like this.
The other ones look like energy drinks or
Throwing a
something.
boom rock or gold can have explosive effects.
Okay.
If you throw
Get
chunks made of
bombs.
softer material, you can stick them to a surface
Ah.
and pile them up.
Okay.
Turf serve.
So,
This lets you ride on chunks.
I've seen this, yeah.
Speed up and aim for smaller enemies to knock them away. Make music.
What?
The power of Pauline's singing will help
I mean,
show you
music
the way.
music is a big part of Donkey Kong.
It can also remove these strange seals that someone left behind. You never know
Oh,
what
this game
you'll
this is
discover
gonna
in
be
the
this is gonna be
underground
gonna be fun.
world. So carve your own path with DK's abilities.
Ah.
The many layers of the underground world are host to a variety of inhabitants. Some are mysterious and aren't too bothered by DK's destructive tendencies. It looks like Cranky Kong and his
Hey!
companion Rambi
Why does
are
Cranky
also
Kong look the
venturing
same?
Through the layers of the world.
They didn't change his design?
Then there are the giant elders who call the underground world home. They're said to possess
They're all
ancient
sleepy.
Bananza powers.
Why are they all sleepy? Bonanza.
By learning their Bananza powers, Pauline's singing can do something special. She can make Donkey Kong
I swear-
transform
Okay, sure.
with incredible destructive power.
Yeah.
Even hard terrain poses no problem. Plow through
Oh
the
my
world
God,
and
what the
smash
hell?
As much as possible with the powerful
You can-
Bonanza.
You can already destroy everything.
Plus,
Why do you need to be
DK
more
can transform into a
destructive?
zebra.
Why?
He's as
Okay.
speedy as he is striped.
Sure.
He can even breeze over water.
To be fair, you've been
Or
able to
throwing
transform into
pathways.
rhinos and swordfishes before,
That's the
so
swift zebra Bonanza. Oh yeah,
This is-
he can also turn into an ostrich.
Sure.
A flying ostrich. Spread your wings and soar through the sky.
they didn't want to put squawks in this game.
You can use updrafts to gain more air. Then drop egg bombs from great heights to send enemies scattering.
You can poop on enemies.
That's right, it's Ostrich Bonanza! Bonanza transformations don't last forever though.
Okay.
You can
Oh, maybe that's
transform
what
again
the-
by collecting gold to build up your banana tree.
Gold. What are the cans? I want to know what the cans are. Unless they said it and I missed it because I was talking.
You're not limited to when or where you transform, and you can
Okay, so
swap
each
between
one-
transformations. So
each-
get creative
oh.
and use them as you adventure to the planet Core.
You can switch what you want to collect and build up. Gotcha.
Standing in our hero's way is the Void Company, the mightiest mining operation both above ground and below.
Okay.
Grumpy Kong
Team Rocket.
works to create gigantic corporate soldiers. Poppy
Sure.
Kong is responsible for subterranean info gathering, while Void Kong is in charge of the whole company. This nefarious crew is responsible.
Is
for
this
the banana-stealing
an
maelstrom
anti-capitalism
hanging
game?
out, and they're heading straight down to the planet core.
Donkey Kong's wearing like a overalls minor outfit. So I think it's a pro worker, pro union game.
Voidco blocked off all the routes to the lower layers, so no one could reach them. DK and his pals will come face to face with the enemies guarding these routes. So use all the power at your disposal to take on a host
Okay.
of powerful foes.
Holy shit. Oh yeah.
By defeating them,
I don't know if I don't know about the difficulty in this game. Which, you know,
giant
not a bad
sinkholes
thing.
below
If it's
it,
fun,
clearing a
whatever.
path to the lower
But
layers of the underground world.
it looks like there's no danger in this game.
Found throughout the underground world are golden bananas called Banandium gems. They're not always visible though.
Banandium gems.
Buried in the walls, the ground,
Okay,
and other places.
they're all hidden.
There are
Okay,
a whole
cool.
bunch to find. You can also obtain these gems.
They
by
never
completing
showed
challenges
Pauline
the
in
rooms
any
found
marketing
throughout your
material. It
adventure.
feels like she's the last minute
Do this.
addition.
Challenges include time-limited battles,
Okay.
courses where you'll need clever solutions,
I mean,
side-scrolling stages.
okay,
and
there we
more.
go. That's gonna be the challenging part of the game. The side scrolling.
Keep your eyes peeled to find the Banandium gems.
Gotcha. Now,
There
do
are
I try to
plenty of
collect all
ruins
of
to
them
discover, so give them a try.
for the stream? Damn.
As you collect Banandium gems, you'll gain skill points.
You got all the
These
music.
can be used to increase stats such as your max health or the destructive power of your punches.
Oh.
Power up Donkey Kong to match your playstyle.
You can just start a level,
For
punch
example,
once, and
if
then
you
everything
strengthen
just
your
gets
sonar,
destroyed.
You'll be able to detect treasure from further away,
Oh,
which could lead to new discoveries.
cool.
Or use skill points to learn new skills.
Surf,
There are
surf.
all sorts of items to find as you explore. Banandium chips are shaped like slices of banana,
Banandium chips.
and they can be traded for Banandium gems at the chip exchange.
Gotcha.
These gold nuggets are, unsurprisingly, called gold. You can exchange gold for useful items at the stuff shop. There are fossils
These
too.
diamond bananas are called
You can
Banandium
trade these
gems.
for different fashions at
And
local
these
style
these
shops.
gold nuggets are called gold.
Just open the closet and customize the perfect fits for Donkey
Oh,
Kong
hell
and
yeah.
Pauline.
Oh, they both got fits.
Or even change up your fur color. No look is too much for
That's why
Donkey
I'm like,
Kong.
there's moments where he
Or
seems like
too
lighter fur.
Almost every article of clothing comes with its own benefits. So mix
Oh.
and match your look to suit the situation.
Cool. You get perks.
If you find a treasure chest buried in the ground, crack it open, and you might receive a treasure map showing the location of Banandium gems or fossils. Their locations will be marked on your map. Pretty helpful for finding collectibles. You can also see which fossils and Banandium gems you've collected, making it easy to see how close you are to completion. There's plenty more to do in the underground world when not adventuring. Need a rest? Carve out a space and enjoy a getaway where you can recover in bed. And enjoy listening to tunes with the music player. You might even find new discs when defeating enemies. When it comes to moving between layers, subterranean eels have your back. These elevators will help you easily
Elevators.
move between layers you visited at any time. And if you get lost,
There's
no
a lot
need
to
worry.
collect in this
You
game,
can
man.
always teleport within the layer you're currently exploring.
God.
Port there?
Oh my god. It's hilarious. They have a stupid name for everything.
In photo
They're
mode,
all
you can
stupid.
freely change the in-game camera angle and adjust
But
other
gold, they're
settings to
like,
snap
this
pics.
gold we call gold.
Get a photo like this or that.
I'm not using photo mode.
Unleash your inner shutterbug and create your own captivating scenes. By
Hey,
sharing
Ramby's
a
in there.
Joy-Con 2 controller or using a second
Okay.
set, you and a pal can control Donkey Kong and Pauline separately to buddy up in
Oh.
local co-op play. As Pauline, you can unleash vocal blasts using Joy-Con 2 mouse controls. You can
Okay.
also copy the material of nearby terrain to give
Ah.
your vocals even more texture. By working together, even tough enemies don't stand a chance.
Okay.
This game also supports Game Share. Even if only one player has the game, they can
Okay.
quickly share it to another player so they can join on their own system. It can also be shared locally to a Nintendo Switch system. Plus, you can play online between Nintendo Switch 2 systems using Game Share via Game Chat.
Game share every year, game chat. Okay.
If you need a little help with all the platforming
Maybe I can
action,
get a
Assist
co-op
mode is the way
thing
to
going
play.
then.
It guides you in the right direction, halves the damage you receive, and more. Assist mode supports you in your adventure to be the best Kong you can be. Outside of the main game, there's a mode where you can carve stone using mouse controls called DK Artist.
Why?
Rotate to paint.
That's old school, DK.
Carve material. Or add some back on. You can even change the lighting and add delectable banana effects.
Seems like
Give it a
just
try
okay.
and sculpt to your heart's content.
Somebody day one, somebody's making a penis.
This game
I
also
guarantee
supports
you.
amiibo accessories.
Guarantee
A new
you.
Donkey Kong and Pauline
Oh,
amiibo
fuck, I gotta
figure
get
is
it.
also
Shit.
on the way.
God
Scanning
damn it.
unlocks Pauline's
We-
diva dress.
It was so hard for me to get the fucking
By
Zelda
scanning
ones.
the Donkey Kong series amiibo shown here,
Oh,
gold
great.
Kong tiles with
I gotta get all the
explosive
Donkey
power
Kong ones now.
will appear.
Oh, hey, Dixie and
Every
Diddy
other
are there.
amiibo released up to this point is also compatible.
Shit.
If you scan them, you'll get giant spheres like these.
Okay. Oh, they just give you random spheres. Okay. You see- This game's gonna have an immediate time to penis. I guarantee you. You're gonna see a molten cock in this game all over social media.
We can make it more than a dream.
Nintendo's never gonna sponsor me.
Join the powerful Donkey Kong and the talented singer Pauline as they set out on an adventure to the fabled planet Core.
Oh, awesome. So they're in the game. They're just like this game's becoming anime. Yeah,
Donkey Kong Bananza.
Bonanza. Yeah, it's weird that Diddy and
Available July
Dixie
17th only on Nintendo
are just little
Switch
side
2.
characters in one level.
Pre-orders are available now on Nintendo eShop. The Donkey Kong and Pauline amiibo will also be available July 17th.
Can I pre-order it? I'll figure out if I can pre-order it. Probably not. It'd be like the Zelda ones. It's just like, screw you. Hopefully you get lucky on launch day. Which is pretty much my situation. That looks fun. I'm excited. I'm a little concerned about the difficulty in the game. Not that I have a problem with games that are not difficult, and it looks like there will be moments where that is the case. There's some traditional side-scrolling levels. Very classic Donkey Kong Country. Um, my concern is just that at the base level without any of the upgrades, Donkey Kong just looks invincible. He's just destroying everything left and right. It doesn't seem like there's any challenge for any of the enemies or bosses. The level is just completely destructible. So like really, what what are you concerned about? And really, the upgrades seem like you can do things bigger and faster. So it's you can destroy the whole world and all the enemies around you, and then later on in the game you can just do that same thing just faster. And I don't know where the difficulty is there. Again, not that that's a bad thing. Maybe I just have to wait and play the game to see it. I do like the creative decisions that they're taking with the story, the characters, and the art design and everything. Um, I I've always been a fan of classic Donkey Kong. I do like the character design change. I think it makes sense. They wanted to go with something that can be more expressive, and this DK is definitely more expressive. Um, so I get why they made that change. I like that they're adding Pauline in the game. I got questions as to why is it like little baby Pauline and not just like full grown adult Pauline, that we've seen since since the first Donkey Kong arcade game. Which really you know what? I have questions about that too, because that game technically Donkey Kong is like I think it's Donkey Kong's grandfather, I think. So is it the same Pauline or is it Pauline's grandmother? And if that's the case, is this baby Pauline the current Pauline that we have been familiar with? Is that her daughter? Is this like Pauline the Fourth? Um, I don't understand. And apparently she hatches from a rock type egg. She just emerges, and now she's DK's companion. I'm not saying I have a problem with any of that. I just think it's weird and it doesn't make sense, and I'm wondering how like how this works into the story. Like I just want to be clear about what's going on here. Maybe we'll see more in the game. I doubt it. It's a Nintendo game. They're just gonna be like, this is the world. Just accept it, right? So, which I typically do. The names for things are so dumb. Banandium gems. I'm choking over how stupid that is. Really choking on my spit there. I got a little too excited. Give me a second. The Banandium gems got me. The Banandium chips. The teleporting. The what was the other one? The the elevators or something like that. God damn. Oh. Um yeah, and then it's just all those dumb names, and then they're like, and then here's this gold nugget, and we call it gold. That just threw me off. This game's gonna be stupid and easy and dumb, and I'm gonna love it. So definitely looking forward to that. That's so I think it was July 17th. I'm gonna try to get those amiibo. I do have a lot of. I actually don't think I have a lot of Donkey Kong amiibo. Now think about it. I got the one from Smash Bros. I got two Diddy Kong amiibos. I was really looking for one, and I happened to find another one on sale or at a discounted price. Um, but yeah, I might try to look for more. I have every Zelda amiibo. That was my collector goal. So now I think it's just gonna be every Donkey Kong amiibo. If this game's gonna have different features with those different amiibo. I don't think I have the Mario one, like the one that's part of the Mario series franchise. That specific Donkey Kong version. I have the Diddy Kong one. where you're sitting on a barrel. Um, so yeah, I'll definitely look out for those. I will be getting this day one. I'll probably be a digital. Actually, you know what? I have a thing about Switch 2 where I think I'm going to go physical for the first party games for a few different reasons. Because there's a few things that are just an annoyance for me. Like my OG Switch, I was like, this thing's gonna be all digital. I want all my games on the handheld so that I can just play everything everywhere all at once. Um, this thing, it's a little bit of a different story. My stance on that has changed midway through the Switch life cycle, where yeah, most of my games are digital, but I do own about a dozen or so physical games now. One because I just found them cheaper sometimes, which isn't always the case. There's eShop deals all the time. It's typically stuff is cheap on the eShop, but a lot of times I find stuff cheaper, and it was during the moment when digital stores were shutting down, particularly the Nintendo ones. So Wii U, 3DS, all of those went away. PlayStation shut down PSP, and were in the process of shutting down Vita and PS3 until there was backlash from players. Um, and so that's still available for now, but that's going to go away eventually. And then Xbox shutting down the 360 store, and just seeing other things get deplatformed. Nintendo saying things like, "Oh, the Mario 3D collection, um, it's going to be a limited time thing." And then they did the same thing with Fire Emblem and some other stuff. So just seeing like the whole like game preservation side, like that's always been like I don't care. I don't think that's a big of a deal. I don't think it. I think people are overblowing it. I like the convenience of having digital, and it's just more and more lately, especially with like companies like Ubisoft, EA, especially yesterday. Just adding on to that, I got an email from the Epic Game Store. Granted, it's a free to play game, but I don't know, I have like a different version of it. I can't remember what the game's called. It was the free promotion. So they were giving away like this deluxe version of this game. Epic Games does like free weekly game giveaways, and I tell you about all of them every week on my other channel, youtube.com/@freevideogames. Follow that if you want to know about free games you can play or own every weekend. Um, so they were giving away that version, or maybe I got it from Amazon Prime. I don't remember, but I have this version of this game on the Epic Game Store, and I got an email yesterday saying like, "Hey, dude." Granted, they have a reason. It's because of a lawsuit that's going on, but they said we're delisting this game from our platform, which isn't unheard of. That's happened a lot of times. Steam has had several cases of that. Um, GOG, other platform, even GOG that's DRM free, and you actually own the games that you purchase and the licenses for them. And GOG is actually taking efforts to, preserve games as well. But in this case, for the Epic Game Store, they're delisting this game, which isn't sure you're delisting whatever, but they're pulling the license. They're pulling the library use from anybody who owns the game. Granted, they said they're issuing refunds. I don't think I get a refund because I'm pretty sure I got the game for free. But it's just crazy that you buy something and it's digital. And granted, I know this. You're paying for a license. I do know this. I've known this when buying the thing, but it's always under the presumption like this license is getting pulled way after my time. Like when I die, that's when like digital rights things is like we're on new technology. We can't figure out how to manage this and keep everything over. But no, it's happening like not long after you purchase it. I must have had it like a year, if that. I think it's really weird that Ubisoft's doing the same thing. They're just pulling your library of games. So it's like, what am I spending money for? Like my backlog's huge as well. So like a lot of these games, I get them on sale or I get a promotion or whatever, and I don't even touch them, and they're just pulled from my library. What am I spending money on exactly? So, I think it's just better to have the physical cartridges, but this time around, Nintendo's going like doubling down on this licensing thing, and I don't blame them because of things like the MIG switch and other copyright issues that they've had to deal with. But for the Switch 2, most games, aside from a few, like first party ones, um, Cyberpunk, and then a couple others, are actually on the cartridge. So you actually pop in the game and you can play it. Um, Most other games, you're getting a digital license on a physical cartridge. The cartridge has nothing on it other than a code, and you download the game, and you need to have that card in, do a handshake saying that you own the game, and connect to the internet. Even more so, the launch switches, again, for good reason, you needed an internet connection to actually operate the game, operate the system to begin with. So it's not like you're going retro hunting. Like, for example, I got some seventh generation consoles, Xbox 360, a mod Xbox 360, but PS3 I was hunting for. I got that. And those things, you just, like, sure, you need an internet connection for some things, but because they're legacy consoles at this point, I can still turn it on, do whatever, load in the game. A lot of those games you still need to download stuff, but for the most part, you just pop in the game and you just play it. You're ready to go. You can't do that with the Switch 2 when it becomes a legacy console. I think that thing's just going to become a paperweight. So, like, I don't really know I don't really know or trust what I'm buying here. Granted, I still might go digital for a lot of stuff, because if it's digital on a physical cartridge, I'm might as well just go digital anyway. There's a chance that stuff passes over to the next console and I can use that license. Although it is Nintendo, that's not always the case, and they do shut stuff down. So, just like 3DS, Wii, and Wii U. So there's still that risk involved, but I think for me, if it's first party, if it's available on the cartridge, I might try to get the physical version. I'm a little bit more of a collector mood lately anyway, so this one I might get physical. But for convenience, it's like I want to play it right away. I don't want to go out and hunting for it or shopping for it. I might just download it digital. I don't know. I also have gold coins I could spend for discounts. I don't think they do the voucher system for Switch 2 games, so I don't think that's going to count. But even if I have a way to get a deal on it, that might be more impactful on physical. So we'll see. But for the most part, once it comes out that day, I think I might download it and play it. Um, but that might be one of the physical things. And another reason is because the Switch 2 has 256 gigabytes of storage. Perfect. It needed that huge storage boost, but it uses essentially proprietary storage. It's not really though. It's micro SD Express. There's barely any out there. They're super expensive, and in my case, I filled up the storage, my internal storage on my Switch already, importing a lot of stuff that were on my original Switch. And I wanted that expanded storage. So I'm like, cool. I have a terabyte card in my Switch right now. It might be larger than that. I'll have to check, but I have a huge card in my Switch that just holds everything. I don't have to worry about it. So I'm like, I want to do the same with the Switch 2. They don't exist right now. I think there are some that do. They're very hard to find and they're super expensive. But in my case, in Canada, I think in the US you have an option for 256 and 512 from some manufacturers. But for me here, I only had the option for 256 gigabytes, especially at a low enough price point that I was looking for, which was the official Nintendo branded Samsung cartridge, 256 gigabytes. The other brands were not available. You could pre-order them, like it's on back order, or wait till they restock, and they're much more money for 256 from a different brand. And the 512's impossible to get, at least at the time I was looking. Me, I want a terabyte. I probably want 2 terabytes because of the size difference on the Switch 2. Not possible. So I'm settled with 256. Granted, it's enough to store what I need right now, having 500 or so gigabytes, but that's just another pain in the ass, and why I'm leaning towards a physical cartridge instead. So just my little gripes about the Switch 2. Other than that, in terms of the game itself, I'm looking forward to it. Sorry about that rant. I have to get that off my chest because it kind of pisses me off a little bit. But I am enjoying the Switch 2, by the way. I haven't really said anything or showed or any gameplay or anything. Other than I was playing the Lion King port on my Switch 2 because I already started it on my Switch, moved everything over to my Switch 2, and I just finished playing it on the Switch 2. So other than that, I haven't really showed off anything. I played a lot of Mario Kart with my brother last weekend. The game is a lot more fun than I was expecting. The knockout mode is such a fun new mode. I highly recommend it. Um, but other than that, I'm just waiting for games like Donkey Kong. So, the Fast Fusion, the sequel to Fast RMX. If you're looking for a racing game that looks really well, that's more F-Zero Wipeout style. So you're not into Mario Kart, but you want a different racer. I would recommend that one because I was playing quite a bit of that, and that's really fun as well. So that gets my recommendation. Anyway, what do you think of the Donkey Kong Bonanza Direct? Let me know in the comments down below. Are you getting the game at launch? Are you buying a Switch 2 for it? Are you getting the physical version? Let me know in the comments down below. If you're watching on YouTube, the video is ending here. I'm gonna try to react to the Konami showcase that apparently happened that I missed. If you're on Twitch, stick around. I'm not going anywhere. We're gonna hop right into that. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time, hopefully at a live stream.